And though I may not be a professional film critic, I do love expressing my unsolicited opinions on horror films. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the 1979 film, Phantasm. This was written and directed by Coscarelli, starring A. Michael Baldwin as the young intrepid Mike, Bill Thornbury as Big Brother Jody, Reggie Baldwin as Reggie, and of course Angus Scrim as the tall man. The too long didn't read quick takeaway of this film is that it's creepy, it leaves you thinking about things, and that music slaps. Oh wait, don't like that. So I actually watched this on the Joe Bob Briggs Last Drive-In Christmas special. Having his commentary breaking up the film, definitely worth it. I highly recommend it. If you have Shudder, you can view it on there. He's got a couple of the Phantasm films, actually. Before I really get into it, though, I gotta talk about the music. It was composed by Fred Myrow. From the very beginning, it had me hooked. It was haunting, it was fun. And the end scene, it just like kicks into high gear, and you're watching a movie, but you just want to get up and like fucking dance or something. So this features this young kid, Mike, and he's the one who discovers this weird thing is going on at the mortuary, and he's the one who takes up arms and is ready to fight back. Hell yeah, kid. Speaking of the kid, he definitely has one of the best lines in the film, maybe of any film ever. Finally sees the villain for the first time, and what does he say?
Oh shit.
My thoughts exactly. Now, Angus Scrim as the tall man is imposing. He is creepy and scary. You, from the very beginning, know something is up with this dude, and we just don't know what it is. Terrifying. However, his minions are these little dwarf-like guys, and maybe that film just didn't age well enough for me, but I couldn't find them scary in the least. Aren't you supposed to be like making chocolate or something? And the idea that the tall man can take the shape of anyone, or maybe not just anyone, maybe it's just this really hot chick, and that he likes sleeping with dudes as this really hot chick and then slicing them up. Not really on my list of hobbies, but... Okay, but let's talk about these weird orb-like things. They're never really explained at all in the film, which I find interesting and frustrating at the same time. They're terrifying. They find you, they fly after you. It's got this drill thing. That must be how mall employees feel at Christmas time. There's a lot of fun, I think, mind play going on in this film. They never explain it, which is, like I said, both frustrating and fascinating. The psychic in the beginning tells you that this is all sort of in your mind and that you can control it. And then the rest of the film, we're seeing the tall man is kind of inside of or sharing part of Mike's mind, which I think is interesting. Also sharing the mind of these Christmas ornaments that are flying around. It really makes me wonder more about the tall man. Like, what is his lore? What is his backstory? What's going on? All right, so now I'm gonna go into the ending. So if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to be spoiled, maybe now's a good time to turn away. For anyone who's actually seen this movie, I think the biggest takeaway is,
what the hell is going on?
That ending, it was a dream, but it wasn't a dream. We have no idea what's going on. But I couldn't agree more with Joe Bob Briggs' takeaway that you gotta be inebriated in some way, shape, or form when enjoying this film. I kinda like it because it gives you a lot to think about, to talk about with people. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm gonna give it a 3. There's so many parts of this film that you can see that are the building blocks of horror movies being made today. It's very influential. Like I said, the music is probably one of the greatest soundtracks, I think, ever. And the bad guy is fascinating. I think that there's a lot of rich lore there. I'm just left wanting more. So that's it for today. The next video, I will be talking about The Changeling. So stay tuned. And if you have any suggestions on things I should watch, things I should talk about, feel free to hit me up. You can find me on Instagram at @TheCreeptique and my website, www.thecreeptique.com. Until next time. I left my balcony doors open.